One of the really awesome things about making American goulash is that it is truly a one-pot dish. You'll cook your meat in here, then you take that out, you'll boil your pasta, strain that, and then just dump everything in. It is that easy, I swear. Alright, so we need to chop up some peppers. So I've got a red bell pepper and a green bell pepper. I'm just going to get those seeds out because we don't need them. Those can go in a trash bowl, which I have right here. Now, some people just leave all this stuff. I actually really like just to get rid of that extra little pith. You don't need that extra skin on it. Plus, it also helps make them look a lot more uniform. All right. So you just stack a couple together. Slice them into thin like slices. Like so. And then we're going to chop them again like this. That's how easy it is to dice. I mean, you don't have to go fast. You don't have to be like those chefs on TV. I mean, after all, this is just for you and your family, you know? I can't wait. You know, goulash is one of my favorite comfort foods. At least Americanized goulash. Now, there is another kind of goulash out there, traditional. It's got big pieces of beef and all kinds of stuff in it. That's not what we're making. Today, we are just making some regular, old-fashioned American goulash. Some people might recognize it when they see it. It's just macaroni noodles, you know, elbow macaroni with this stuff here. It doesn't even need to simmer for a long time. It's not like chili or like stew. You can make it pretty quickly, actually. And this is... Alright, so look at... That's all it took for the red pepper. See how fast that was? I mean, really. And then we've got the green pepper here. Both of these were on sale at my local Price Rite. Not a sponsor. And of course, this is all going to go into the goulash when it's done. Okay. And again, we're just cutting it into easier, smaller pieces. It's just easier to work with that way. Why make things hard on yourself, you know? It doesn't need to be. Home cooking should be easy, should be fairly cheap, and, you know, if you have people to do it with, it could be a lot of fun. Now, I live alone, obviously, so it's not quite as fun for me, but doing these videos for you actually is a lot of fun. And it takes my mind off of the stresses of the day. Like all of my cooking does. Even when I'm not taping it, cooking soothes me. It keeps my mind focused. I do suffer from permanent brain fog from when I had COVID several years ago. So I don't remember things as well as I used to. And this actually helps me keep my train of thought. Helps me to just focus and study on one particular bit at a time. And I think that's a huge help for me. And hopefully you get the same kind of feeling when you do it. Now, obviously, if you've got a ton of kids and a big family or whatnot, you're going to do more than just one of each pepper. But I am cooking for myself. See? those beautiful colors, those are all going to fit really well into that goulash. All right, so for the American goulash, we've got basil, we've got our grated cheese, paprika, because like I've said in the past, I love my paprika. We've got our elbow macaroni, we've got a small can of tomato sauce, a can of diced tomatoes, and another can of small diced tomatoes with green chilies. Then we also have the ground beef. This is about a half a pound. I'm only making enough for myself because I don't need to make that much. And then, of course, we have the diced green and red peppers that we did earlier. So what I'm doing now is I'm heating up the frying or the pot, and I'm throwing in some frozen tomato paste because that's going to help flavor the meat. And I really love tomato, with everything else that's going in this. I know it wasn't in the original group of ingredients, but this is just something I always add. And then I add the meat to it once that's melted a little, and crumble it up. It's so fresh. Oh my gosh. The way this meat is just pulling apart, I love that. It makes me so happy. So the tomato paste and the beef is going to cook together for a little bit, and I'll show you all that as I go. You'll have to excuse the quietness. My microphone died. And this little section here of this video, I had to voice over. So hopefully it's not horrible. And I appreciate your patience. But such is life, you know what I mean? So the beef's almost done cooking, sort of. And you can see how the tomato paste has really blended in with the greases and the juices and the meat itself. And that's so awesome. So now I'm going to season the meat some more with some ground black pepper. And then I'm going to add some coarse kosher salt, because always got to have salt and pepper when you're cooking meat. And then while that's cooking, you can start thinking about opening the cans to your tomato products and all that. And we are going to go from there. There it is, strained, and it is in a container ready to use for later. You see here we emptied the pot, and we are going to get it boiling. Okay, our water's boiling. I'm going to add the pasta. I did add some salt to the water because you do want to flavor the pasta as well. I'm not adding the whole box like I did last time I made something. I'm adding about half the box. All right, maybe 2/3. Now, it says on the directions, you boil this uncovered for 9 to 11 minutes. We're only going to do it for about 7 or 8, because what we're going to do at the end, it's going to still cook with the sauce and all the tomatoes and the peppers and all that good stuff, okay? We don't want the pasta getting so bad that it's just mush. You know what I mean? All right. So we're going to let this cook, and as soon as it's done, we're going to strain it, and then we're going to start adding all the other goodies, okay? So the pasta is strained. It's been cooking for 8 minutes. Like I said, it's going to be a little al dente, which is fine because it's going to continue cooking. Now we're going to add the tomato sauce. Oops, you didn't see that. We're going to add a can of diced tomatoes and green chilies. Okay. We're going to add the large can of diced tomatoes. We are going to add about a cup or so of the diced peppers and onions. Okay. And we are going to add the ground beef that we cooked. Now, we're also going to add paprika because, like I said, I love my paprika. Do it to taste. I don't measure much. What's the point? And then basil. I love basil. It makes everything just a little bit sweet and a little bit earthy. Then we're going to mix this all up. It's got such a pretty color, you know? And we're going to put the stovetop on low because we just want it to barely simmer. We're going to let that cook for a little bit. And then finally, we are going to add our grated cheese. That's going to help thicken it up a little. If you're like me, you love cheese. I love cheese. It's like the best thing ever. And that is almost it. We're going to let this cook for about, maybe 15, 20 minutes, just to make sure that the peppers get softened up a little bit opaque. All right, so we're going to cover that and let it simmer. And then I will show you the final product in just a second. Okay, so it is done cooking. We're going to bowl it up. You see how it's gotten nice and creamy looking from the cheese melting? This is going to last me like 2 weeks. And that's all I made. I only made half a box. It was half a pound of beef. I mean, and that's a lot of food. Now, of course, I have to top it off with mozzarella. All right, let's see how this tastes. All right, here we go. It's going to be hot, I know it. Pure comfort food. Pure comfort food. Altogether, this meal for 2 weeks came to under $8. So, I mean, yeah. Imagine if you had made the entire box of pasta, you know? All right. Well, that's it. Super easy American goulash from start to finish. I think it took about 30 minutes. That's it. And that's including all the prep. So, I mean, how can you argue with that? So please, if you like this, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Throw me a comment. Tell me if you've tried this or how you make it. I'd love to know. See you next time.